Today, let's talk about assessing threats and being prepared. I'm one of those people who likes having a well-rounded defense plan. I'm not paranoid, mind you. I just like being prepared. For whatever reason, every time I've turned on the TV lately, there's been some program on about aliens. Every program I've watched went on to say that millions of people are convinced that aliens exist. Having that many people believe that aliens exist far outweighs the number of people who actually believe that honest politicians exist. Those numbers definitely caught my attention and started me thinking about all this. I'll admit I've never seen an alien, or an honest politician for that matter. Obviously, since honest politicians are far less likely to exist than the Easter Bunny, I'm leaning towards aliens as being the more likely of the two to actually be real. Last night after one of these programs ended, I decided to set aside any disbelief and ask myself a simple question. Could aliens actually be a threat? From the information I'm gathering about these so-called extraterrestrials, it's becoming obvious to me that they're up to no good. If they're not involved in some sort of criminal enterprise, why do aliens go to such great lengths to be so secretive? They appear to be going all out to avoid any type of authority, particularly law enforcement. Any profiler would agree that they're exhibiting a pattern associated with illegal activity. I picked that up from watching CSI. Aliens apparently exhibit no hesitation when it comes to abducting people against their will. If somebody tried kidnapping you, wouldn't you feel a little compelled to defend yourself? Taking into consideration everything they've had to say about aliens, I've came to the conclusion that extraterrestrials are nothing more than intergalactic criminals, who also happen to be perverts. Almost all of these abduction victims said the same thing. Once you've been kidnapped by these interstellar deviants, they usually molest you in a variety of rather vile and despicable ways. While listening to the testimony from some of these abduction victims, it also became blatantly apparent that these aliens aren't the least bit particular who they abduct either. Some nutjob on one of these programs had the nerve to suggest that aliens are simply studying our genetics to better understand our species. What an obvious liberal! I'm sorry, but subjecting an unwilling victim to some weird probing fetish or other equally disturbing sexual assault is not an acceptable way of getting to know someone. The last time I checked, we still send Earthlings to prison for that sort of thing. They're obviously not from some highly intelligent advanced civilization. If they were the least bit intelligent, they wouldn't be abducting and probing old D-Wayne from the Ozarks. They'd be abducting Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. At this time, I'd like to conduct a poll to answer the question. What would your go-to weapon or weapons be to fend off alien intruders? Understandably, since none of us are experts on this topic, the door's wide open. You can suggest anything from edge weapons to your favorite politically incorrect high-capacity assault rifle. Do a VR if you want to. Just be sure to leave a link to it below. Lastly, if you happen to be a liberal who doesn't wish to participate in this poll, I'm sure there's another poll out there someplace where you can voice your preferred method of being probed. The rest of you can proceed to the comment section below.